All right, I'm going to get into it. So,
Anyone got a website they'd like us to take a look at?
yeah, we'll have a look. All right, cool. Hey guys, welcome to the 40K Formula Workshop. So a couple of things. We have mentioned this. We do like it if you turn your webcam on because I like to see who I'm talking to, but I get it. Some people in the shower, some people are at work, some people are doing other things. All good. If you get a chance though in the chat, please feel free to engage, put comments in there just so that you know that I'm not talking to the wall. And obviously if you got questions, again, throw them in there. We're here to help you, here to serve you. So can everyone see my screen, by the way? Give me a nod
Yeah,
if
we're
you
good.
can. Oh, good, cool. Next slide. So today's goal, what we want to do, we want to just help you convert more customers. Lots of people coming to your website. Our goal is to help make sure you convert as many of them as possible so that you make more money. We want to help you figure out how to nail paid ads, and we want to help you make more profit because it's no use running an ecom business if you're not making any money or your highest paid employee is the taxation office, right? Which is probably the case for most brands at the moment. So, um, will this stuff that we're going to share with you guys work? If you're an ecom, absolutely. The stuff that we teach in here works for brands anywhere from 5K a month, 50K a month, 500,000 a month. So I just got off a call with someone and we started working with him probably 12 months ago. I think he was doing like 50K or something at the moment. And he just mentioned to me, he goes, I'm having 500K a month now and I'm making like over 10% a month. Like, that's pretty good. I was a bit envious. So, uh, will this stuff work? Yes, this stuff works. We're using it right now for all the people in our inner circle and our ecom circle. So for those of you that don't know what that is, do yourself a favor and go Google what the ecom circle is, have a look around. But we use the same system, the same process, the same framework for all the brands that we work with. And it works great. Obviously, if it doesn't work for brands, then we keep moving forward until it does. So as you do in an ecom business. Now, this presentation is for people that are passionate about what they do. You want a clear plan about what you need to do moving forward. This is for people potentially that, maybe you're a bit overwhelmed and you're not sure what to do next. You're putting out fires, and you would much rather be building a profitable business. What's this one? Sorry, Jan's is the first time still working out to operate this Zoom meeting. Just watch my screen. That's fine, mate. That'll get you going. So hopefully, if not, the boys can help you in the chat. So, and who else is this for? It's for people who like to make money. Surprisingly, some people come to this thing and I ask them the question, do you like making money? And some people are like, yeah. I'm like, well, why do you keep doing the same thing again and again and again? It's not working, right? So, if you're in the right place, if you want to learn how to do the right thing, become less overwhelmed and make money, right? So now, why should you listen to me? I don't like this slide, but it's important that I tell you. So I don't just teach theory, I guide by experience and practice. I teach stuff that's working right now. I've been in ecom since 1997, sold my last business, Warcom, to a public company in 2024, then exited the business. 2026 or something, started Insightful, our ecom agency. We built Shopify stores. 2022 started the ecom circle with Chris McLean. And we're now coaching lots of ecom brands all over Australia. Those brands are anywhere from like no revenue, 50K a month, 500,000 a month, and some brands in there are well over 1 million a month. So as I mentioned, I think it's longer now, actually. I feel old. It's probably been in ecom longer than 25 years, but I've worked with heaps of agencies, freelancers, employees. As you can see here, competitors trying to kill me. I've had cash flow issues. I've sold great products. I've sold some crappy products. I've made lots of money, lost lots of money, made lots of money again. So I like to think I know a bit about ecom. And the things that I've learned over the last 25 years is the same kind of stuff that I'm going to be teaching you on today's webinar workshop. So quick case study. This is Chris and Sarah in our ecom circle. They joined with us back in September. Oh, it would have been about August, I reckon. So there's a few months missing from this. At the time, they were, I think they were like 50K a month or something.
Yep.
This financial year, they've just cracked through the $1 million revenue mark. Beautiful couple. Our family are now really good friends with Chris, Sarah, and their daughter Elsie. They came to us and they were really, really overwhelmed and not sure what to do next. And Chris made the comment to me last year, is like, one of the best things that I've is the best results from the ecom circle is we get to actually spend Christmas with Elsie, and we're not in the store, like, drowning, packing orders and not sure what to do next. So for me, that's a much bigger win than just like more revenue, more profit. These guys also just moved from a retail store to a much, much bigger location. I think they like tripled their capacity or something. So going good, growing good. Chris is like, I know a lot more now than I knew back then, and I need to find time to implement it all. So thankfully, he's got a really good team around him that we've assembled for them to help them do that as well. So this is Narelle and Landon. They travel around Australia. They live in a bus. So met Landon. He was having a real hard time. This with some mental health stuff and just like, I'm not sure where to go with the business. We jumped in, helped them again. They've also done a mill. You can see the screenshot here. They've got a really good path and direction of what they're doing now, and still traveling around in their bus, but they understand ecom a lot better than when I met them. So be sure to check out their socials. They're like, Landon's a really cool character, and so is Narelle. So our unhidden agenda, well, probably not really that unhidden agenda, really. So why we do this? One, we're looking for our next Landon and Narelle or Chris and Sarah's. We want people that we can meet, help them grow the business, get them to multi-seven figures and go, hey, we did that, we helped them, they're happy, we're happy. And here's a beautiful case study, right? So a couple of things we're teach and do, guys. We teach what we do and we do what we teach. I don't teach stuff that's not working. I don't teach stuff that worked years and years and years ago and no longer works, because that'd be useless. Our mission is to help as many people as we can. So my promise for this workshop is hopefully it'll be incredibly valuable. Even if you don't work with us, last thing I want you to do is sit here for 20 minutes. It's probably going to go for today, or half an hour, and go, well, that was crap and I didn't learn anything. Ideally, you learn a lot, and then when you're ready, you come and work with us. So we do have a couple of time constraints, more so than usual, because I've got another meeting at 3, but there will be an offer at the end of today's workshop. So I do ask that if you're going to listen and you're going to spectate, just give me a yes if you're okay with us making an offer at the end of that. So I'll just wait a second for those of you that are still there. I'm mindful Keely's already in our circle, Marissa's already in our circle, but for everybody else, don't be surprised when we get to the end of this and I try and sell you something, because I'm going to try and sell you something that helps you. So, but it's always good to ask permission or ask for forgiveness, as some say. So now, most ecom brand owners are kind of in 4 different price brackets of the market. Startup, like 0 to 10, setup, 10 to 25, grow, 25, 50K, scale up, 50 to 100K. And then, we work with brands well beyond that, right? So again, for those of you that are watching this stuff works for all different segments of the market. Here's a couple more case studies. Dan and Regan sell amazing sauces. They came to us and they were also not sure what to do. Now they have a big problem. They can't make enough sauce. So I think they're doing like 70 grand a month or something. And they're like, we could. So for those of you that understand how to make like really beautiful sauces, they have this big massive thing called a kettle, and they put it all in there and they make it. They go, we need to buy one that is like 5 times bigger now. And we're just going, and we need to go and get a much bigger commercial kitchen. So again, great outcome for them. Kate is, a lot of people probably recognize Kate. She's the queen of DIY dress patterns in Australia. Kate has a massive Facebook group full of like 40,000 ladies in there. She makes patterns. She spends ages making the patterns and then sells them online, full digital product. You can see what Kate had to say about, working with us, but she's doing amazing things as well. Now, let me introduce you to this mysterious thing. So that we like to call the more orders model. So 3 parts of this, because largely there is 3 parts to an ecom business that every single ecom business has problems with. And normally I would ask anyone who have a guess what they are, but there's no one here and everyone's on mute. I'm looking at the wall. So I'm just going to go into it. Right. So here's the things that most people need to fix. They've got a store and they've got a conversion issue. They got a story, but they have an issue with the way they connect with people who read the story, and they have a strategy issue. So the strategy issue is around the digital strategy and the financial strategy, right? So why these things are obviously issues. If you've got a store that doesn't convert and you're doing lots of things and people are coming to your website and you're not converting as many of them as possible, then you're leaving a lot of money on the table. And one of the reasons that happens is because you don't have a story that connects to people. So again, you got people coming to the website and you may have a site that converts okay, but the story is not good. Unless you fix the story, then the site is never going to convert as good as it can either, right? Now, when it comes to bringing all of this together, the last thing you want to do is try and put together a digital strategy or a financial strategy that pushes people to a website that doesn't tell a good story and doesn't convert. But more often or not, people have the issue where they simply don't even have a digital strategy at all. One minute they're doing something over here, the next minute they're doing something over there. It's not consistent. Their story is not consistent across all their channels either, so that your audience is confused, your team is confused. It's just a bit of a mess, right? So what we like to do is really help people get clear on those three things. And we always start at those two things first. So boys, someone else is joining. Wait a minute. Can you guys watch the joins, please? Arthur Spuddy Batoggi or something. So now what I want to do now is probably bring up somebody's actual website in here, and I'm going to give you some bit of live interactive feedback about what issues I see with your story and what issues I see with your site. So I'm just going to can screen sharing for a second. So do we have a someone?
Tailmax by Jan.
All right, let's get into that.
For the events.
Everybody understanding what I'm talking about so far? About those two things?
Feel free to either unmute when we ask you questions, guys, or drop it in the chat.
Yeah, feel free to talk if you like. If you're comfortable talking, that'd be way better for me. Because I'm going to ask you questions. So keep in mind, guys, we're streaming this to the Shopify Australia group, so they can't see your comments. They can't see what you're saying. So there's people on this going, Paul's talking to himself. And unless our team are relaying the fact that, what you're saying, then it's a bit confusing. So let's have a look. We're going to start at the story because then I'm going to make Chris do some work here. But I land on the website. I see towels. I see towels that are pretty. There's a massive logo. And elevate your beach experience with sand-free beach towels crafted using high-performance technology that ensures you stands. I like that. Stays at the beach. Ultra absorbent. I'm going to throw to you in a minute, Chris. But beach towels, kids beach towels, hooded gym towels. Yeah. All right. So give me 1 second. I want to look at something else as well. Can I also get some numbers off? And I hope I'm saying your name. Like I'm just saying Jan or Juan or, hopefully I'm on the right path. So, okay. Brand new site, right? So, what's your conversion rate at the moment as per Shopify? Or is the site like literally that brand new that it's non-existent? And what do you think, Chris McQueen, so far about the messaging? I mean, it's okay.
Yeah, I think it's going the right way there, but I want to see that I want to see sand-free beach towels in the header.
Right here.
Like here, I want to go, what are these towels? What kind of towel? Because people love these towels. Sand-free towels, absorbent, that's awesome. Right. But tell me what it is here. Australian-made sand-free towels. And I go, cool, that's what I'm looking for. I'm in the right place without having to try to figure it out or scroll past this. Because a lot of people won't go past this if they don't know exactly what it is.
Yep, I agree. All right, I'm going to just do a few things here. So, all right, what Chris mentioned is, so it's important to think about this. Chris is talking about brand messaging. I'm looking at a few things now, such as search engine optimization. So as soon as someone lands on your website, they're like, you've got 2 seconds for them to go, I get it, or I'm gone. Basically, right? So I would recommend immediately you would put some of the messaging up here, like Chris said, H1, a H2, and you don't have a H1 and a H2 at the moment, which means a heading 1 and a heading 2. As soon as I land there, it should just say sand-free beach towels, and then it should say something
basically
else.
That's some version of that text.
Yeah, but because that's missing, like some people just go, I'm gone. They won't scroll down here. They won't read it, right? So definitely from a conversion rate optimization point of view, and I am mindful that you've got probably a brand new business. You're missing a lot of things, such as you don't have social proof. You don't have social proof is things like reviews on the front page, like, loved by 50 plus people, blah, 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 blah. They love the product. As featured in whatever, Beach Magazine Australia and Gym Magazine Australia and all these kind of things, right? It's kind of really missing at the moment in amongst the other things, the H1, the H2. I would definitely change photos on the website so you've actually got people in them. So you've got kids' beach towels. You need to have kids using the beach towel at the beach. Happy kids, happy parents, people enjoying that, because people are going to land on the site straight away and go, I want to feel like that person feels in the photo, right? Really, really important. So you say that with the words and you say that with the visuals as well. So there's lots and lots of other things wrong with this homepage at the moment. There's no real deep brand story, such as why did you start this business? I get why you're trying to solve a problem, but why are you passionate about it? Who started this business? I can't say any.
Where do they come from? Are these handmade? Are they made in Australia? Are they
Yeah,
world number one supplier? Like where do they come from? What's the origin?
Who's the family behind the business? People buy from people and then they buy the feelings that you're promoting on the website, right? So really important. So those two things kind of need a fair bit of work. Now,
some weird language in the top bar as well, like free. It's got plus free Australia native floral pattern tea towel come with every order. That sounds a bit not great English.
Yeah, I need to fix that.
Over $100 orders, like there's a bit of a weird language in there. Free shipping on orders over $100 would sound better there.
Never have white sorry, I'm on the product page now, right? Never have white at the cart buttons. You've got some beautiful product photography. Like, that's good. Like, it's looking nice. I think there's a lot of work that you could do with the site though. You're missing a short description on here. You're missing social proof, such as a review. You are missing information about shipping, like when is it in stock? Does it ship from Australia? You are missing bundles. So people might want to buy this and they might want to buy another type of product like this as well. I would be adding that in as well. Like, social proof is going to be critical because like the product looks awesome, but you just need people using the product, right? So I don't mind the color of the site and so forth. That's okay. If I go to your collection page, don't use big, massive banners like this up the top. You're just wasting too much real estate. This is good that it says beach towels. However, this is a H1, that's fine. And then this is a H2, right? And no, it's not. So this needs to change to a H2, but you will never rank for this term. You need to find a H1 that has less competitive search. And then for this one, it needs to be about 1,000 times longer, right? So for example, you go to this client's website that we make and you go and buy a birthday cake. And you're like, and you can read all of this information in there, right? So Google reads that, people read that, people go, yeah, cool, I'm in the right spot, I want to buy a birthday cake. Happy days, fantastic. That's good. I know why I'm here now. So you've definitely got a few brand and messaging things. I probably won't go too far deeper into strategy stuff at the moment because it's probably very early. I think you need to fix these issues first and foremost at the moment, right? So I'm going to jump to somebody else now that maybe has a brand that's a bit further along. So I can see we've got like Arthur from UVX Clothing.
Yep.
UVX Clothing. Feel free to turn on your cam, Arthur. I like talking to faces.
Yeah.
Haven't I met you? You've been here before, haven't you?
No, around the group, I think.
First time?
He's around the group. Yeah, seen him in the group, just not on the workshop.
You just look familiar or something. There you go. Cool. Talk to me about this brand for a minute. How long has it been around? Like, what are you kind of doing?
It's about UV protection clothing.
Yep.
We we've been serving for about 3 months, around 3 months. Yeah, it's fairly new business. But yeah,
Right.
I know there's a lot to improve in the website.
This thing, you can't turn it off as well. That's annoying. I can't even click it. That won't disappear. Turn that off, whatever that is.
Okay.
So first thoughts are like really good quality photos, nice font usage. It is very clear, versatility and sun protection. That's not clear to me though, is like what kind of product is it that enables, hang on, if I come back here, enjoy the outdoors with confidence. It's not really, you need to expand on that. People don't search for that phrase as a H1, you know. People search for a phrase such as, you know, like really classy UV protection clothing or something, right? So
I got it in like the H2 on that first one, UV protective clothing in there. Like
yeah,
that's what it is. That's the thing I'm guessing.
UV protecting clothing. Is that actually it?
UV, not UX.
Oh, yeah, I did UV.
I think it auto-corrected it.
So like this brand, I've heard of these guys before, right?
Yeah,
So you would be a
Shopify
competitor. They'd be a competitor to you, yeah?
Yeah, it dominates the market.
Yeah. So you land on their website. What are they doing from their H1 perspective? They have Australian designed, tried and tested. Yeah, so there you go. Sun protecting clothing. So that's the phrase that you should be leading with. Something like that, because sun protective
Yeah, 50 plus sun protective clothing. Seems
clothing. What I'm trying to look for here, and again, so all we're talking about at the moment is like from a conversion rate and the messaging perspective. So 170, that means there's about 400 people a month who search for that phrase in Google. There's about 800 that search for that. There's, you know, thousands that search for these things, right? So you need to change that to be your H1. All right, photo is good. Change that and you'll start getting traffic. It's a reason you don't have any traffic coming at the moment, because you don't have any keywords that have traffic on the website. So what you need to do is just layer in, you know, if you can, like a nice sentence like that with that phrase, like those guys have done, and then you're going to get traffic. We'll go down a bit further, like worldwide shipping, free shipping available, free returns. That's good. I would add in some stuff here about reviews, you know, so you want trust indicators are not things like worldwide shipping. Trust indicators are like 50 people have given us a 5-star review, or scientific back research proves that it actually helps avoid skin cancer. And
stay comfortable all day in the sun.
It's not a trust signal though, that's more of a feeling signal. You know, I'll be more along the lines of, you know, recommended by, and I'm only gonna make this up, but assuming you sell stuff for kids, like 60 daycare centers all over Australia. Do you know what I mean? So you're like, that's what I want, you know, or whatever, some fishing group or dudes who go fishing and kayaking and blah, 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 blah. You go, yeah, that's what I'm looking for. I want safety, trust, like protect me, look after me, and prove to me that you're a good brand, you know? What's this thing? Best online store for UV shirts. That's very spammy. I wouldn't do that. That's a H2. Just needs a bit of finessing. We get down into here though. Best selling, good, awesome, good product. Very refreshing to see people actually doing, having an alternative photo and having someone smile in the photo. Most brands have like miserable people in their photos. So especially fashion brands. So this is great. I don't have any suggestions on this other than you can't order it. So you should be able to just go bang, and I want to order that hat in that color, and I want to order that. I mean, I can quick view will probably take me to. Oh, okay. I was expecting it to take me to the other page. That's fine. I probably, you don't need to change that. I reckon that's okay. I think you need more of a brand messaging story in here. Why you started the brand, who's behind the brand, what's the purpose of the brand, you know, who you help. Very important that it's front and center. I don't know with these guys that do it, they probably don't need to because they're just massive. I know who they are. I mean, that's a pretty good hook. straight into the collections. I do like that, you know. See, this is what I'm referring to when I'm talking about like social stuff, right? Customer favorites. Jesus, 18,000 reviews. Okay, that's good. I probably wouldn't have gone into products in here. I probably would have gone into women's and men's first, so that you go, because I'm a man, right? I don't want to see all the women's stuff. Show me what I'm likely to buy first, you know. So men's, women's, kids, for example. And then under that, then you can have, hey, these are our best sellers. This is the new stuff. This is the trending stuff. Blah, 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 right? Much like they have probably done. So, you know, women's, men's, women's, men's. Exactly what I said, basically. They must have got the idea from me. Probably not. Customer favorites is a good one. I like how they've done that. You're doing, like, honestly, you're doing a lot right with what's going on here so far. Is this your product? Have you made it and you design it and so forth? Or you're just reselling it or something?
Yeah, we kind of design in Australia and manufacture in China.
Yeah, cool. Awesome. Okay. Let's go to a product page quickly. So
can we just ask, is that, so the reviews, obviously got a lot of reviews and you've only been around for 3 months. Is that like legitimate? How many orders and reviews you got?
Some are from we have a similar brand in Brazil, so I just translated some of them into the Australian store. Like they are legit considering the product.
Yeah, right.
Legit from an Australian customer.
Gotcha.
yeah. Good product name, I think, is fine. You got social proof. You don't need this in here. Remove that. Color. Sizing stuff is done well. Add the cart is good. This is good, but it's in the wrong location. You don't have any other shipping information or returns information or description information anywhere that I can see. People are going to want that. You may also like, I'm not a huge fan of, you may also like, you're better off doing it like as a bundle. Hey, you buy in the top, buy the pants. So you go add that and add that as well. Like this, because it's confusing for people. They go, well, which one matches with which one? And then by the time they try and figure it out, they get frustrated and leave because they go, I couldn't figure out what matched with the other thing. Right. It's much like when I do crow audits for, say, like a ladies' lingerie brand. You know, if a lady's looking at a size 12 black bra, you know, you go, hey, it pairs well with this. You know, the black size 12 black underwear. Do you know what I mean? This is a free one, a good free kick for you, but make sure you put on the images like the model is wearing this size. So for example, like, hey, this is Arthur, and put like a circle and go, he's wearing a medium, right? Helps a lot with conversion. There's a few, there's probably about another 60 other things that I can tell you that's kind of wrong with this, but you can see from a brand messaging perspective, there needs work around that. Not heaps of work, but just to really bring it home. Your big thing though will definitely be conversion rate issues, right? Because there's issues on the homepage, product page, and collection page. And
it's currently at 1.5% conversion, it's pretty low.
Yeah.
Even
no
we are
upsells.
boosting- Sorry.
No upsells, no downsells, no cross sells, no anything in your cart. So
Yeah.
this is one thing I would be focusing on if I was you, most of all, those, you know, before you go and do all the marketing and everything at the moment. Right? Makes sense?
Makes sense.
And these are all things we coach people on, we train them on, we help you figure it out really, really quickly. So is this making sense so far, everyone? Anyone have any questions about what I've shared on Arthur's site and Yarn site so far?
No one wants to reply today.
No one, everyone's sleepy.
Hmm.
That's okay.
I'm wondering,
normally I would, yeah.
So go ahead, man.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do now is just bring this up and present this again. So my tablet's actually in the other room today, my thing. So I'm just going to have to do this without a tablet. So we'll see how it goes. I'm going to use Arthur as an example though of what he should be doing here. So this is a growth plan, right? So we call it the fast path plan to help someone to get to like 40K a month. Where he's at right now, things that he needs to fix. He's done a brand strategy, but it needs work, right? So be good if I could draw a bit nicer, but got to fix his brand strategy. We do this stuff all day long, every day. Super easy to fix and nail that. Really important. Then he's got to fix how his site converts. So that is CRO, right? So go and add all the missing things that are missing on Arthur's site, and his brand will sound better and his brand will convert better. From that, then he'd probably get over here and he'd start building out like a meta ads campaign, right? So really important. It's going to be super competitive and super hard to go and compete like from an SEO perspective. I would get straight into paid media, over the next like 6 months. So meta ads, again, we help people do this stuff all day long, every day. Nail meta ads, and then nail Google ads when the budget permits. That other brand is already crushing it via SEO and Google ads. So you just got to catch them via Google ads by, making a better offer, making sure you're very profitable. Nail these things. And in the background, you want to also be basically like building a really strong email list. Okay. So all these people are kind of coming to the website at the moment. And for whatever reason, some people don't convert, but you always want to make sure you are converting them into email subscribers, right? Because then you can nurture them with abandoned cart flows and email weekly and monthly and special offers and deals and new product launches and right? So for Arthur, for the next 6 months, this thing, keep making great products, taking great photos, keep collecting, build out all the reviews constantly, always more reviews, right? Start talking about the reviews in email, start talking about the reviews on social media, start talking about it in Google ads. Get us to run your meta ads and your Google ads and fix these things, and then happy days, you'll be flying, right? So does that make sense, the way that I've mapped this out at the moment, Arthur?
Yeah, it does. It does. I think I've started with ads, but you're right. There's a lot of strategy to fix first because I'm just wasting money.
Yeah. Because what you want to do, once I'm missing one piece, actually, the third piece of my triangle, hence this beautiful triangle in the background. But once you fix your brand strategy and how you convert your crow, is actually do a digital strategy, right? So, just draw a DS there. If anyone knows how I can do this better with a tablet or something in the future, please, that'd be great. Let me know. But actually figuring out what it is, you've got the words from your brand strategy. What are you saying or your marketing as well? So doing a proper digital strategy, and this is the stuff we do for people all day long, every day in the e-com circle, is like, this is what you do. And this is your financial strategy, right? Of how much you should be spending. It's really important that you know, what do you say in an ad, how much you spend in an ad, what ROAS do you need on an ad, what's the profitability of an ad, and then what is the journey for that customer look like over the next, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years, right? So that you're just not burning money on ads and, because all these things are broken, you're just bleeding money every month, right? It's the last thing you kind of want to happen. So hope this is making sense so far. Gonna jump onto the next slide. So here's just a couple other people that we already do this stuff for these brands. So you can see Sam in here. Sam joined us when he was doing about 100 grand a month, I think maybe less, 80 grand. I think he did like 350K or something last month. All right. So we got a wall of these testimonials. Chris might put a link to our reviews in the chat, Chris Filato, when you're ready.
Yeah.
So
gotcha.
Hope this has been helpful so far, guys. I hope it's kind of helping you identify some of the gaps and stuff that you need to do. Ideally, I hope it's been helpful to help you identify what you need to do over the next 90, 100 and 360 days as well. So if it has, please feel free to chuck a comment in there as well. Now, couple of things. One photo I look happy, one photo I look pretty bored and miserable. You have two choices, right? So choices are, you can keep doing it on your own, keep trying to figure it out for the next month, year, decade, whatever, until you die, right? And maybe you'll figure it out, right? That's option one. Option two, you can choose a path, the proven path, right? So this is, again, we teach this stuff to people all day long. Anyone that's not above 40K at the moment, our fast path to 40K is exactly what you need. It'll get you there really, really quickly as long as you listen and do the work, obviously. So more testimonials, the duplicate of the previous testimonials. Chris might get to fix that. So now, like I said at the start of the call, for those of you that want to grow proper ecom businesses and you'd like help from people who do this with lots and lots of brands and have done this for a very long time and don't want to do it on your own, Chris is going to put a link into this chat below. On this call, we'll get on there. I don't have anything to sell you on the call. I'll get on there and I will help you map out a plan that you need to do. If it does make sense that we can do some work together, then obviously, we can do some work together. Worst case, you get on that call when you have a real brand new shiny plan telling you exactly what to do. And when you're ready, you can come along and do some cool work with us and join our communities and, help your business reach the point that it needs to reach much quicker, basically, and do so more profitably and so forth, right? So, again, Chris has put a link in there as well. All you need to do is do that. So I'll throw to questions now. If anyone has any other questions at the moment, I've probably got about another 10 minutes before I can wrap up, but same with people who are watching this later, watching the replay. Chris is going to put a link to the calendar in the Facebook post as well, because you won't be able to see what he posted in here. So you're right to do that, Chris. Chuck it in the comments in the Facebook group.
Good point.
I think of all the things. So there you go. Like honestly, like I said, get on the call. Like we're not gonna hard sell you. We're gonna get on there. It's a help call. Tell us what you do. If we want to work with you, we will help. We will map out a plan for you. Tell you how much it costs. Very transparent. You see all the people that are on our Shopify Australia group saying nice things about us. They're real people. They work with us already. We don't pay them to say nice things. But if you want to be one of them, whenever you're ready, we're here to help you out. Doesn't look like anyone has any questions today. It seems like everyone's in a bit of a coma.
No, not much interaction, so probably no point sitting around.
That's all good.
Everyone's just too busy registering for the calls already. So
they are. Yeah.